Combining all of those skills together, the art and the science, the thinking and the doing, was what resulted in the exceptional result.
What's up, my fellow traders? Today is November 9th, and what I'm going to show you here is a quick trade that I just took this morning on a one lot. Always looking for our minimum of 4 points or more on the day, but typically, as I mentioned previously, we're looking for 4 points of consistency each day per contract, and going from there. So this is a first trade I took early on in the morning. We opened up outside of yesterday's range, so we were in a gap down, I believe around 14 points. The market started auctioning back and forth. We attempted to try to push back into yesterday's range, which the low was 95s, and we failed, and then started to push lower. As you can see here on this this drop here of 8 points, we got some pretty good selling, a little bit of a battle right here, as you can see from this volume area, but it pushed through, stopping a lot of people out, and some pretty good delta on that move down. So that caught my attention, and what I'm looking now here is for an area for me to get short, and I'm looking to target these lows, and this area that I had predetermined and just didn't hold, so I'm not going to be paying attention to trying to short this area. What I really want to short is into this volume area. Reason why is there was a battle, there was a two-way battle, sellers slamming into the bid, buyers absorbing, slamming it, lifting back into the offer, sellers absorbing it, and just a push-pull type of battle here. We also have the day's mid, and we also have VWAP. So any push into 89s, 90s, I'm looking to just hit the bid. You won't even see me hover my mouse over the sell side, because it could be quick and I don't want to miss it. I've missed my fills at times, so my hand is over the sell the bid button that I have here, hotkey, and I just hit it. So I want you guys to pay attention how we start lifting up here, and how I just don't hesitate. Once I see what I want to see, I hit it. For this trade, my risk really is above this rotation. If we can really take all this back, then I'm pretty much wrong. I do have a bracket order that will automatically place, which is I think 3 points or so above, but I would not let this get above the open. At that point, I'm wrong. All these sellers are trapped, and they're probably going to get squeezed out. All right, so pay attention here. You'll see as we go into the overnight low, into the mid, into the VWAP, into this specific volume area, apologize about that, how I just hit it, and then I start looking for the lows. So here we go. Watch this lift up. Some pretty good size lifting up here, so this is why I was kind of cautious, but my plan was to hit it. Minute I see 90s, boom. So do you guys see that? Minute I saw 90s traded, but they did not push above 90s. That was absorption right there. I instantly hit the bid. Got in at 80, 89.75. And really, guys, from here on, I took no heat. This was really a good executing trade. 90s was a perfect area. I could have left my bid out at 90, but I don't know if this is just going to squeeze through 90, so I don't like to do that. I've gotten smoked like that before, putting my offer or putting my bid out if I'm buying, and just getting smoked. So what I do is I want to see that absorption. We saw that 800 contracts trade into 90, no lift, and then instantly back down. I hit the bid. We have pretty weak volume traded over here, so that could act as a resistance. It could be a LVN here on this profile. So that's all I needed to see. So now I'm just looking for our buyers going to absorb on the way down and then push this back up, or a seller's going to start attacking these bids. Now, if we're running a multi-unit trading system, I would be scaling out here in the 88s for two reasons. It's somewhat, value area low. We don't really have value at the moment, but it's pretty much the VA low, and we have some volume building up here, so it could see some resistance. We're just starting to see some chop, and it's an area that I had determined previously, even though on that first flush down it didn't really respect it, but right now on the retest lower it's kind of respecting it. So you'd want to take off some risk here. What you want to do is just exit, you know, partial of your size here, see if it flushes. If it comes back up and then acts as resistance, we would want to hit it again and then let it go down. But as you can see, we had some resistance and now it's just pushing right through. Buyers not lifting, 8, 12 compared to 59. Now they're starting to lift up a little bit, little quick spurt, you know, spurt up. And if you guys also look at here on the footprint, so which is why it's pretty cool to have the ladder and the footprint. If you guys can't keep up with the speed of the tape here, if you look over here to the footprint, you'll see, you know, what's been printed and respectively how is delta reacting, how's the overall delta. You know, we had some okay size on the push down, we had some good lifting here, but there was no continuation on the lift. So far this short is doing good. I got 2 points or so far of profit. Nothing for me to worry about. This last rotation had net selling, so I'm still on the right side of the flow. I'm flowing with the flow. And at this point, you know, for you guys who are running, you know, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 lots, you'd want to see this rotate a little bit back up and then hit it again. Basically means re-add. Don't add more than what your initial size was. So if you were trading, say, a 4 lot and you took 2 off, I would add maybe 1 and then scale out 1. I wouldn't add 2 because what happens is it drags your average down, but if you're only trading a 2 lot, you only have the option of adding 1 lot back on. So that's the reason why when you guys start trading bigger size, it becomes a little bit easier. So as you see here, the flow is to the sell side. We had a great test of the VWAP mid and that volume area battle up here, and now we're just rotating right back down. We're about 8 minutes from news this morning, which is something that I hate. I hate being in a trade before news. So I'm just hoping that this thing just flushes before the consumer sentiment numbers come out at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And we also have some wholesale trade numbers coming out, but that's kind of a weak sauce number, so we don't have to worry about that. So just pay attention, guys. You know what's going on here. You know, we're getting some nice bid hitting here. No real lifting. No reason to exit this trade. Just being patient. We're observing how is the ebb and flow going on. So I start pointing out that if we can get below 86s, I'm expecting the tape to speed up in selling. We got a lot of absorbing here from buyers between this 87 quarter to 86 quarter, even 86s. You're seeing buyers absorbing. Sellers hitting it, but buyers absorbing and stepping up the bid. Do you guys see that? See this guy reloading here, but the seller's reloading as well, but then they lift him 700. So that got my attention right there. But they're not pushing through. They're not continuing on the lift. Seller pushes them back down. So this battle area right here, this chop area, is just something to keep in mind. But if we can push through this volume, all this volume being built up, if we can push down, you should see a stop run. If we get above 80, 85, 88 halves, 88, 75, then I'm probably wrong on this trade. It's gonna probably rotate back up, and maybe I should exit and see if I can get a better fill. But until that happens, I'm not worried. I'm not touching my trade. Look at the size here into 85 halves. Good absorbing by the buyers. See how I point that out? Buyers are absorbing, but we still haven't gotten any real lifting. You know, they probably rotate back to 86 halves, 87 halves, which would be a great area to re-push in. And here we go. Good absorbing at 85. Start lifting back up. Buyers trying to absorb. Buyers trying to buy this low a day. Sellers really pushing into that bid. No real lifting. Look at this reloading. 800 right here. So far, almost 800 traded into that. Lift, lift, lift. No real conviction. No real size. This almost looks like, almost felt like to me that the sellers were just, pulling their orders on the offer just to let it lift a little bit and then slam it back down. Kind of let it breathe and then push it back down. Let it breathe, then push it back down. That's what it looked like. There's some okay lifting right here, but they push it right back down with 844. Do you guys see that? So no reason to get out of this trade yet. Pretty confident I'm going to get my exit. The more time being spent down here, the more time I believe I'm going to get a little bit of a push lower. If we came right back down here and pushed right back up, nobody wanted to do business because buyers were just waiting and they gobbled it all back up, then I'd be questioning, okay, maybe that low a day is solid. We're getting close to the news release, to the numbers coming out, and I hate this. You're starting to see a little bit of buying. Look at that. There was no real pushing into that. So look at this flicker up. Okay. Now I need to start paying attention. Are they going to push this past 87 halves, get into 88s? This volume area right here, see the 7,400 contracts traded, or they instantly push it right back down? Look at to the footprint chart, guys. We got this lifting, but overall it's just positive 123 net buying. Nothing scary there, and now they're pushing it right back down. Can we get below this volume area that we built up? Once we do, see the reloading right there. So there's definitely a lot of buying, but just because there's a lot of buying and absorbing on the buy side doesn't mean it's going to go higher right now. It could go higher later. We don't know what these participants are doing. If it's a hedge, if they're exiting their short positions, I don't know. All I know is that so far sellers are hitting into the bid and price is moving more with the sell side than it is with the buy side. Here we go again. Some size hit into 85.5. Expecting this now to get my target. There we go. Some more size, and there you go. So that's the trade, guys. And you can see here, see how they started lifting up once news came in. We lifted right off 84s. No real size here. I'd expect this market then to start rolling back down. Maybe they push it back up to 88s, 89s, and then probably rolls again. But here are the stats of the trade. I was in the trade for 10 minutes and 40 seconds. I had 22 ticks of profit, probably because it flushed quickly, so the system thought I could get an extra 2 ticks. But I took 20 ticks, so that is 5 points, $250. I took 1 tick of heat, meaning that the market only went against me 1 tick. So I had the entire point of this trade, I was only down $12.50, and I made $250 off of 1 contract in 10 minutes and 40 seconds of trade time. So not bad. You know, we got our target. Again, we're always looking for that 4 points of consistency. Yes, today I let it go to 5 points just because based on my trade and the trade setup, I was pretty confident I can get that extra 4 ticks. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, as always, please hit the thumbs up button. Please subscribe if you guys like this content on order flow. I have a lot coming out. I'll be trying to post present day trades and then trades that I've been taking over the year. Just take some time to upload them all and push them out. So I'm trying to do both present and some past trades I've taken. All right, guys. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great weekend. Happy Friday.
Combining all of those skills together, the art and the science, the thinking and the doing, was what resulted in the exceptional result.